What's going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to another video here today on FM Scout. Today we're going to be doing a Legend as Managers video. We're going to be continuing the series in the Premier League. As you can see on the screen at the moment, that is the current table of managers. So if you want to click pause, then please do so. And if you're interested in Football Manager content, you can go and check out my channel. We've just started off a brand new series called Hull Stopping the Drop, as I take over Hull on the day that Marco Silva took charge and see if I can better the job he did and keep them in the Premier League. Now today, guys, we're going to be doing Swansea City. We're going to be taking a look at Lee Trundle. Now, some of you may have heard of this guy, some of you may not have. Wasn't kind of a massive star. I don't think he ever played in the Premier League as such, but as you can see, Football Manager has given him some very generous stats as a manager. We're going to be expected to see a 4-4-2 diamond narrow, so possibly no wingers, a mixed playing style, a general coaching style, balanced play mentality, mixed pressing style, and a man marking system. Judge your player ability and potential on Trundle is 14 and 13 respectively. You got 11 for attacking and defending, 16 man management, 14 determination, and 15 level of discipline. A quick look at him though as a player before we get going. If I show you, he started his career at Burskoff, had a lot of seasons in the Welsh Premier League and the lower divisions of England, and then got his big break for Wrexham when they were in the Football League in League 1 and 2. Played for Swansea for a while and became a fan favourite there. So he played for Swansea in League 2, grabbed 16 goals. He was fairly prolific for Swansea, to be honest, grabbing a massive amount of goals throughout his time there. He did have a little loan there as well whilst they were in the Championship and scored 5 goals. However, he did go back to Nice in the Welsh Premier League, rather. Sorry, had a go at Preston in League 1 before currently playing for, well, apparently for Marine. I think he's still playing now. However, I'm not 100% sure who it is for. I do remember a penalty going in, a skill penalty, which I may put up on the screen now, recently, of Lee Trundle. But as I say, his stats are very generous. If we see Swansea, media predicted 15th, so it'll be interesting to see if he can push them on slightly. And Lee Trundle is an icon at the club. I was going to do Alan Curtis, guys. He was the assistant manager at Swansea. He's now been put down as a scout. He's pretty good as well, and he's a bit of a legend at Swansea, if I'm honest. But he was quite a long while ago, as in the 70s, and this is kind of a lot more of these legends are kind of more recent players. So sorry to anyone that wanted Alan Curtis, and sorry to the big man himself, but we are going to be focusing on Lee Trundle today. But let's go and jump into the end of this season and see how Lee Trundle got on as a manager of Swansea City. So here we are then at the end of the season, and we're going to be typing in Lee Trundle to see how he got on. And he's now a coach, so he's obviously left or been sacked. Probably the latter, but he is now no longer manager of Swansea. So, what on earth happened? Let's have a quick look. So, Swansea in the Premier League, finishing 19th, so they got relegated and now got Javier Aguirre, the Mexican, in charge of the club. So, let's have a quick look at how they got on in all the competitions. They finished fair way out of survival, to be honest. 8 points. Finishing level bottom with Middlesbrough. Their only saving grace was their goal difference. Knocked out in the third round of the FA Cup and knocked out in the third round of the EFL Cup. So, let's have a quick look. Managers. Now, Lee Trundle lasted just 165 days in charge of Swansea, winning just 11% of his games. He won just 2 matches in charge of Swansea. Claude McAlealy came in charge, didn't win one either, and Aguirre has only got a 15% win ratio himself. So, Lee Trundle, let's have a look what happened. Let's go into the schedule. So, with him in charge, it certainly didn't look good, did it? We'll take off the FA Cup, but from here, I think he got sacked, was it? The 11th? So there you go. He won just 2 games, and one of those was against Cheltenham. So won just 1 game in the league, which was against Everton. Jordi Amat scoring that goal, beating Cheltenham as well, but losing out to Preston after extra time. And things just didn't go well. No real thrashings as such, shall we say. We got a 3-0 loss here against Spurs, but no real games where they got thrashed. And they were scoring goals. There wasn't as if there's a massive stint of them not scoring goals, but not good enough, to be honest. Not winning games. They should beat Sunderland, probably. Should get something against Palace, possibly West Brom, Southampton. Should be grinding results out of somewhere, really, and it just wasn't to be. They picked up a little bit of consistency, but again, not enough, because there's a lot of draws there. Fair play for getting a draw in Spurs, but Stoke, Leicester, they're the sort of games, no disrespect, you've got to be picking points up in. Lee Trundle, let's see if he made any transfers. He brought in 2 players by the looks of it. And then there was quite a lot of transfers in January, which we'll ignore for the time being. But Borja Lasso came in from Sevilla. Looks a good player on paper, however, 6.29 was rather upsetting and disappointing for the man on loan from Sevilla. They brought in Ivan from Levante as well on loan. Again, he didn't do much better with just a 6.56. No permanent outs as such, bar Kenji Gore to Wigan for Lee Trundle as manager. Obviously, not doing too well. The tactics would have changed now, I would imagine, with the Mexican in charge. But we have a quick look at the players just for the sake of it anyway. The most appearances this season was Ki Sung-young, level with Lucas Fabianski. Top goal scorer was Llorente with just 9 in all competitions. Most assists was Gylfi Sigurdsson with 6. Ki Sung-young with 4, and best average rating was Ki Sung-young with a decent 7.04, the only player above 7 for the Swans. But not good today, was it, for Lee Trundle? Lasting, as I say, just 165 days in charge. No manager of the month as expected, and just 1 win in the league. Very, very disappointed, especially for a guy with those sort of stats. So Lee Trundle is one of the flops. As you can see on the screen now, there, Lee Trundle's stats as Swansea manager. By far one of the most disappointing ones, finishing 20th and being sacked. There's a couple of managers that have finished 20th but not been sacked. So Lee Trundle is the first of those. Very disappointing. One of the lowest, if not the lowest, win ratio as well in the series. But if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to go and check out my channel as well. If you need any Football Manager related things such as databases, etc., go on to fmscout.com. And as always, there's a few Premier League teams left. If there's not a Premier League team on that table, let me know which legend you'd like to see in charge. Please note, I don't think we could do Matt Letizia at Southampton or Gary Lineker at Leicester. They're not on the Football Manager database for some reason, which is a little bit annoying. But if you've got any other suggestions, do let me know, and I'll try and get them done in the next couple of weeks or so. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all very soon.